Hey, what's good? This Talk to Tron, your favorite producer, your favorite engineer. Today I want to come to you guys with a little word of advice, a little thought. So it's really based about separating yourself from the messes or separating yourself from the risk. When you just look in the area that you at, like kind of glaze it, kind of look at like what everyone else is doing, and then like take some things from what you like what they doing and add, but then like use the things that you don't like to kind of like separate yourself. And that type of way you'll be able to like stick out a little bit, like stick out like a sore thumb, like separating yourself, being depart or depicted from everyone else, like it can actually work in your favor. But you got to know how to do it. You got to understand how to do it. Take me for example, as a music producer, as an audio engineer, or whatever, even as an artist, whenever I want to be. Something that I had to figure out is like one thing that'll hold you down is like working with locals. And there's nothing wrong with working with locals, but when we think about the music industry, we think about the music business. We got local artists, local producers, local engineers. We got then we think mainstream or industry artists, industry producers, industry engineers. But what kind of gets skipped over is independent artists, independent producers, independent engineers. Like when we kind of think about it, like I like to look at it like a three tier. Most people probably look at it like in mainstream, but it's like they always skip that independent. So the independent is like they're in a local scene, they're in a local environment, but like they financing, they producing, they making it happen like all on their own, like basically from their own pockets, basically from their own business. Like when I think independent, I think of someone that's based like a local person that kind of just invested into themselves, into invested into their brand to be independent. Like they understand that they're not mainstream. They understand they're not industry. That may be the goal. That may not be the goal. That may be like they may figure out, hey, I can be independent and still produce like a mainstream, but no longer think like a local, whatever. So when you kind of identify these type of things, you can kind of separate yourself. Whereas I feel like the independent route is like a safe place because you can still it's a little trials and tribulation. Don't get me wrong, but you can still own your own stuff. Like you still in control of your own stuff, so you able to produce the same thing that the industry is able to produce, whatever. Like and you have more value. Like you kind of own it. So when I say separate yourself, like even just think about the locals. I still work with local artists. I still work with local people, but it's like we got to change that mindset. That mindset has to change. Like, hey, just because I'm on a local scene, just because I'm on a local scene, I'm working from an independent standpoint. Like when you come check here, like we producing like the industry quality, but we're not in industry. We got industry relationships, but we're not industry. But I'm so more so connected to the local. But hey, we got to come have a mindset that think like independent. Like hey, you're owning your own stuff. So it's like you got to be able to separate from that mindset or whatever. Like you got to kind of think where you want to be at. Like do you want to be industry where it's a whole lot of stuff? Some of it look cool and appealing. Do you want to be independent where it's gonna be like more work on you, but you own everything? Or is it gonna be like, oh, you want to look like local where like you just need the help of everyone? It's like you're just always trying to seek. So it's like it's not much difference between all of them, but it is some gray areas. It's like when we just look at it from the basic standpoint, you can be a local producer, independent producer, in a major producer. Like at the core essence of it, all of those know how to produce. All of those know how to make beats. That's the core essence of it. But it's like when you kind of look at it, it's like, um, am I in the wrong one? Check. Am I in the wrong one? Not sure. I'm not sure. So you got to kind of be able to kind of look at it from which one are you in? Which one are you in? So just kind of think about like where you want to be. And like I said, like I was kind of chasing that industry standpoint. She's like, hey, let me pull back because this not quite like everything I want to get associated with. Like Some of the stuff is cool. I just take some of the things that I do from the industry. Like I want to produce the industry quality. I want to produce like industry sound, like certain stuff. I want it to look more professional. It look more it look more I'm just a local amateur with a big. No, no. I mean, well, you independent. You're independent. I would look at this. I would look at myself that way. I'm just a local amateur, um, with big ideas or whatever. I also like to say I'm a professional in my craft. So that's a good thing too when you think about industry people. Like you kind of look at them as professionals in their craft. They might not be professionals on all the other things, but I like to be a professional as an independent producer. Like I like to take the business sides from the industry and make it into mine, but it's like I also know how to treat people. I also know how to build relationships, which you kind of have to separate that from just locals because when you separate that from the locals because the locals will try to shortchange you. They'll try to diminish you. Like they'll try to pull you back down when you don't have that same mindset because in actuality you investing into yourself. You investing into mentoring. Like I did that. I invested into mentor because I wanted to get an ideal of the industry side. I invested into when I wanted to produce, when I wanted to engineer, I was buying courses, I was reading books, I was doing all these things. So it's like those are investments. Like you understand, hey, in order to grow, in order to level up and help people that's right here with me, or even people below, because those are the local that you're still providing service to, that you still like, that they can't go afford a industry producer, but you're independent and you can be that same producer. It's just like the difference of the brain is not as big. But if you just talking about the quality, the talent, I would say look at it like I kind of look at it as a cheat sheet. Like when I look at my brand, of course I know I'm not industry brand wise, but I am, if you get what I'm saying. Like I don't have that big following, but I have a decent following. I have a loyal follower, and if they come check it out, it's like, okay, cool, man. I like your craft, I like your personality, I like your business, I like your mindset. We can grow. Um, if I had to change my personality, I would think in order to be more secret, it's not for me. I'm learning and growing, but yes, yes, it's definitely not for you. I would say I love that mindset. It's like I'm always trying to see how can I better myself, but outside of that, I'm always trying to see how can I help my community. Like when I see someone say something, how can I help them? It's not always about charging someone. It's just hey, do this. Whereas the mainstream is like a lot of people kind of like gatekeepers unless you doing this. We got some solid mainstream people like they understand, they get it, or industry people I would say. But it's like I always just trying to find out how to give back. Like I always looking back like dang, I remember when I was in that position, like this person got everything except for this little thing. Just give it to them. Like those are the type of things that I think as an industry person, I mean as a independent person, you kind of have the leverage because you like you know how to dive in here and you came from this, so you in that gray area. And it's not many people claiming to be like independent. Like that's when I look at my production business, my production company. Like we're independent label, Talk to 'em Production LLC. Like we're independent, but like I said, we're to do some things industry, but we still want to keep it independent. Like when we think big, like of course we got when I'm working with people, of course we doing split sheets. Of course I'm giving you your credits. Of course I'm doing these things. We registering these things. We do you got these things like I don't want to shortchange anyone from that, but like the local also have to understand those are investments that if you want to continue to grow, like own your stuff, like do a little bit more things, like more the local people kind of like they don't understand investment, and I get it because I came from there. Like investing into yourself. When they say invest into yourself, it's a knowledge you got to invest into. Like it's not just hey, I'm gonna go lease this beat because you still didn't buy the beat, but cool, like you might can lease it and use it in your favor. Like um, actually go and pay for a mix and master. I know it might be costly, but it take your time. Take your time. You got to get it. You got to get it here. You got to get it here. And not to say that you're not there, but you probably been there, but it's still like I understand where you're coming from because it took me a while. Like I didn't open up to clients yet because even though I feel like I had the talent, like I want to over deliver. Like I definitely want to have value for whoever I'm working for because when we talking about exchanges money, time is not money, but I feel like my time is very valuable. But when we exchange money, like I understand they're giving something that they work hard for, so it's like I want to over deliver. That's another thing when I look at being the independent producer, engineer, independent record label, music label, however you want to look at it. Like we're pushing all these things in different departments. It's like I got to be very cautious because I have seen so many things. When I tapped into like industry stuff that like certain stuff that I wanted, it didn't meet the money that I spent. So there was something that I took to heart. Like, hey, whatever I'm doing for clients, it's like, man, I got to be very comfortable with it. It's like that's why I tend to ask more questions. I want to understand like your outlook. I want to understand what you want to get from it, so I can deliver. That's why like we just kept it simple for the most part. Like we just did like a lot of recording sessions till I got comfortable with it. Then I'm like, hey, I do some mixing sessions. Then I got a little bit comfortable. I do mastering sessions. So like this how I was able to stamp my process. And then that's when I started. Like I was producing beats for a long time, but it took me so long to get comfortable with recording artists to mix in the master and say, hey, if you want a producer that make beats for you, you don't want to go to YouTube or you don't want to go here where it's hard for to get somebody beat stars. Hey, I have these. So it took relationships. It didn't just say, hey, I make beats here, beats. No, like the relationships. I'm gonna make it still happen still. Yeah, but yeah, study. That would save you a lot of money. Like a lot of time, I spent money, I burnt money when I could have been studying. I could have been like you investing into me. Like most of my friends came from a business relationship where they invested in me. We communicated. We built over time because I think like relationships are very important. Communication is very important. For instance, this artist session that I got right here, I would like to say this. I would like to say she's like an independent artist because even though she's not industry, she have a industry mindset, but she don't have the local mindset of saying, "Hey, I'm gonna try to shortchange you here." It's like, "Hey, I want to pay whatever your price is because I believe in you, I trust in you," and like those type things. This is what I like to build with clients. This is what I like to build with artists or other producers or whoever I'm working with. Like I like to build that trust with them because once I build that trust with them, it's like it's loyal. We're loyal. Like that's the thing that I kind of want to look at. So it's like separate yourself from the rest. Like really separating yourself from the rest is not even just skill based. It's really human based. Like learning how to communicate, learning how to treat people, being respectful. Like that's a lot of things that I was able to, I would say, separate myself from the local scene because it's like, hey, we're not just getting in the studio rapping all day and not gonna do nothing with it. Like there's a lot of time wasting. Whereas, hey, we're gonna get in the studio, we're gonna work. I'm gonna give you the best of me, you're gonna give me the best version of you, and we're gonna produce something dope, and we're gonna do this again and again and again. Like, and before long, once you keep doing that, this another. I'm gonna give you another sauce. This what I kind of did with like an artist that kind of like we tied in on the label. It's like I did that with this person. It's like we work. Like we was recording. Then I started producing beats. Then we like, hey, let's take this and let's actually release this to the platform. And that's kind of what we did. And it's like we both doing this. So it wasn't just me doing this. It wasn't just them doing this. Like we both rising up together. So it's like that's very effective too. So that's why I said like working together, it help build like collaboration, it help build teamwork, it help build a partnership. Things that you might want to learn before you even try to shoot up to the industry because many people tell you like the industry is like is business is 90%, 95% business, 5% talent. But like here where I'm at is like industry, independent wise, it's like it's business, but it's more so talent and it's more so trusting each other, building the best product. So when we do put it out business wide, we both can benefit from it. That's where I kind of feel like in a gray area industry wise, it ain't even always just about talent. So it's like, or even when I say talent, it's about craft, and I don't feel like everything is about craft. And I listen to a lot of industry stuff, and I feel like just because they have a name, just because they have a brand, they just drop stuff, and it's something that I won't even listen to. Same way for a local artist, they may have the talent, but they don't have all the self belief. They don't have all the want to invest into themselves. So like they may write the hardest song using the hardest beat that was leased or ripped off YouTube, but then they won't even go nowhere to promote it. So it's like all of that is a waste. So that's why I feel like just the independent route for me, I feel like it's the best place. Like I said, will we eventually dive into the industry? Maybe, maybe like right now we constantly working on the catalog. Like I'm building my catalogs of songs, building my catalogs of music, building my catalogs of beats, and it's slowly building. But one thing that we're gonna be able to eventually do is leverage, like build you a catalog. Like I got some of the hardest stuff that I release. Got some trash stuff too that I would never release, but we always go back in and prep on it. So it's like these are the types of things that I would recommend. Yeah, don't just go do your own research. Like just don't trust in what I'm saying, but like just trying to give you guys some game on because like I said, it's like I haven't fully figured out, but I'm pretty confident. Like I'm like 70% there. Big names mostly just say yes, they basically just a bank scheme. Or don't take produce here. I agree. Like I would say this the best thing that I did. Like the artists that I work with and I truly invest in, like it took me time, just as well as it took them time, but we built trust because I wanted to know where this was at. When I figured out where the mindset was at, I was able to connect with this. And at the end of the day, when you look at all of this stuff, it's like we still human, we still people, and like I feel like we get caught up in that sometimes with the social media stuff. It's like that's one thing I kind of had to separate myself from wanting to be fully industry because it's like, man, I get caught up in this social media hype and I'll think I'm this and I'm them. Like, hey, you're not this. Pull yourself back because at the end of the day, you still human. You still a normal person that's like, you focusing on your craft. And you just making something amazing, but you sticking to yourself. Like so, sometimes I had to pull myself back, and that's why I'm like, that's why one way I don't want to get sucked into the industry because it's like you'll lose yourself. And like I said, but also being local, I don't want to get stuck into being a local because you'll lose yourself because as a local you thinking less than. I feel like as an indie, like you're thinking not more than, but you believing in yourself. You believing in everything you thinking. So like that's just me with my mindset. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here. I want to be here. I would work with the industry. I would work with the local, but like right now, I'm content with independent people, independent artists, producers, engineer, record label. Like I'm content with it because it's like it's hard. It's a struggle, but at the end of the day, like I would choose this hard and this struggle not over not being a local because if I never invested into myself, never got my studio, I would have stayed at home studio. Like when I started to stop thinking like a local, man, like I truly invested in myself. Then I put thousands and thousands and thousands, 10,000, 20,000 a dollar into something that like once you start to invest like that, it really can't fail. Like it's no way that you're gonna fail when you start to invest into yourself. Like no, we're not mainstream. Not we're not industry. We haven't invested hundreds of thousands, millions. We haven't did that. But it's just like the small investment. It mattered. Like I remember, like I wouldn't even invest that much, and I was thinking I was gonna get something in return. Until I'm like, man, like the biggest investment I made was like my studio. Um, that was the biggest investment when I bought my commercial building studio. Like that was the biggest investment. I was scared to do so, but I was happy to do so. And then like from there I started to add a little small more small. I started to add other gears. Like and then I kind of felt more comfortable when I started to switch it up to like hardware. I never thought I'd get in hardware. I was being ongoing. Yes, it's big investment ongoing. It's an asset. It's definitely an asset. Um, but like I said, man, just invest in yourself. And this is not Yeah. Okay. Cool. I got like 3 pieces of gear, but I want to eventually like get more. I thought I wasn't gonna never get into that, but I want to eventually get more gear. Like I try to stay in the box and try to grind off of that, but it's like um I wasn't get. I mean, I got somewhere. I got the quality. I taught myself how to mix and master, but it's like just going into hardware. It's a whole game changing. So like learning how to be hybrid is like so important. It's so cool too because at the end of the day, a big investment. Why not? If this is something that you want to do for the rest of your life, like that's how I looked at it. Like if I really want to produce music, like okay, cool. The plugins, the DAW, that's cool. But like let's take it up a notch. Like let's go into the studio, have fun. Let's go look at stuff and have excitement. Just invest the monitors. I'm looking at the whiteboard. Go invest because that's your ideal board. It, the microphone. Just I don't know. I'm just looking at stuff in the studio that I'm satisfied about. Like the chairs. Like when you come in, you don't. I need a new chair. I need a new chair. But like the sofas, the other things. Like just think about that when you come in. Um, no, that was a Yamaha 8. I eventually want to go up to some tens or whatever. Like, but right now I'm content with this. I got the A8 Yamaha, and I got the PreSonus Aries 5. So I have those. Like, I'm kind of content with it, but it's like I can't wait to eventually get some more stuff. I can't wait to go into other people's studios so I can like, oh, I like that. Where you get that from? Like, that's my next step. That's my next goal. Like, I want to visit other studios because I know people have amazing studios, and I want to see how can I make their room translate. No, JBL is not cheap. That's an investment. When we talking about JBL, Yamaha, and all of those Kali Audio, when we talking about that, that is an investment. And at the end of the day, as long as you got something, there's still an investment. I remember when I had, I think it was some monsters. I can't remember those speakers, but it's what was it called? What was it called? I can't even remember, but I got the headphone, the 4-way headphone jack right here. But I had those type of speakers. I mean, I love those speakers until I found out that it was something that could be a little bit better. But I think, and nowadays, I think a lot of equipment is just sound good. You just got to learn how to use it. You got to train your ears. So I just, I just, I recommend that you guys just continue investing in yourself, whether it's buying equipment, whether it's studying, whether it's reading, whether you're watching videos, whether you're paying for a mentor. Like invest in yourself if this is something that you want to do long term. Um, Even if you're local, you inspired to go independent. Start making these small investments. Whether you want to work with an independent producer, work with them. Work with an independent engineer. Like learn why they do the things they do. Like I promise you, they'll give you hope. They'll give you confidence that like you'll start to feel like you industry. Like even though you might not want to go there, but it's like just these connections, these relationships will definitely take you forward. So I don't know. But no, just yeah, learn to use the basic. That's something for another day, man. I remember when I first jumped out there, I invested a lot and didn't know how to use it. So when I pulled back to the basic and studied the fundamentals, like it helped me learn my equipment. It taught me how to use the TLM 102 the TLM 102 Newman mic. It taught me how to use the 999 the 990 headphones from the Beno Hydra whatever. It taught me how to use the Newman headphones. It taught me how to use like all of these type stuff. Like it taught me, and this stuff is not a oh I hit my glass. This stuff is not a flex. This stuff is just man, don't invest until you ready to kind of like take it one step at a time. Like I jumped out there because I got comfortable with it, but still like I love my Windows laptop. Like I always want to invest into that, but I'm so used to that. Like I got a Mac, I should be converting to Mac, but it's like certain stuff just take the time. Use what you use until you're ready to switch over. But it's I think this I think I done talked y'all ear off too much. But like I said, man, just separate yourself from the crowd. Like in at the end of the day, be you. I promise you, if you being you and you working, you crafting daily, I promise you they're gonna change. They're gonna change a lot of things. When you do that, like that's the biggest thing that I had to do. Like, bro, don't be trying to be like nobody else. Like, I steal from people now. I watch a lot of dope people, but I don't try to be like them. Like, I take the things that I like and I embed it into me as long as it's good, whatever. But it's like I learned to take from them to be me, to love me, to trust me, and then I can spread this same thing to other people, like whoever I'm working with. So it's all about that too, just about the energy, the communication, the trust. Like it's so much thing. It really get deeper than music. It really get deeper than music. So when you look at it from that aspect as well, I think you guys would be great. But like I said, I'm just always here for encouragement because I need encouragement often. And you guys give me encouragement, so it just I'm always just here. I'm always just here. But with that being said, if you guys got time, if you got Apple Music, if you got Spotify, even if you got YouTube Music or whatever. But we recently dropped two some yeah, two songs. Don't trip, man. I'm working on so much, but it's like we recently dropped Beautiful Days. So it's Talk to and Tron. You can search that Talk to and Tron on those platforms. You can search it. We recently dropped Lower Faces. You can search Talk to and Tron, but it's not just me. It's definitely got artists on there, and they get their credit on. I'm just thankful that they gave me the opportunity to be able to record, to be able to produce, to be able to mix. Like I'm thankful for those opportunities. A project might sound amazing in the studio. Right. I'm so glad you said that. A project could sound amazing. That's why I referenced my studio monitors. I use my headphones. I listen to just my computer speakers. I got other speakers,